Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a software engineer. I do more than software engineer resumes, but right now the software engineer market is and on fire and actively getting worse as our government is pouring gasoline on it. So most of the resumes that are sent to me are a software engineer. This person has a garbage resume, and I know this because they get 0 interviews. They told me they've sent over 200 applications and gotten nothing. So, one of the biggest reasons is they already messed up before they even reviewed it. Is if you're a software engineer, in fact, if you're any type of industries, you need to be very, very specific about the job title that you tailor your resume to. Your resume needs to be tailored to a job title, and for software engineers, it needs to be titled to a job title niche. So in this case, if it's not a Python backend, Java developer, if it's not a Python backend, a Java backend, a C#.net backend, full stack or front end, if it's not tailored to one of those stacks, you will have failed. So instead of doing this, because those jobs are all different, we are tailoring this as if it was a full stack. So these are the qualifications we need for a full stack developer. Is this person a full stack developer? I have no idea. They did not tell me. So what we need is 75% of these in a what you did, how you did it, the reason and result, and where you did it. If it did not have all 4 of those, it is not a qualification and you are rejected. So this is why skill sections don't count, is because it does not contain those. So for a full stack, you need degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. Does TypeScript imply that you know JavaScript? Yeah. Doesn't matter, you need both of them. If you don't have both of them, you're going to get rejected. So, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React or React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL, NoSQL, RESTful API or REST API, Cloud, any of them. Although if it is GCP, you need to put Google Cloud Platform and then in parentheses GCP. CI/CD, Git, a backend, so .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points for AI and all that other stuff. So let's see. Recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need, and considering the fact that this resume has over 200 applications and 0, probably not going to find any of them. So 20 seconds on the clock, and go. All right. This doesn't matter. Coursework doesn't matter. Coursework doesn't matter. Design and deployed a full-stack device onboarding using Angular, good, Docker, Kubernetes, GitHub is okay, and automating, don't care about that part. Develop sim using okay, nothing there. Migrating 4, nothing really there except for CI/CD, and that's it. That's time. That's all I got. Your formatting was so bad, this is as far as I could get, and in your bullet points, you did not include literally anything I needed. In fact, where is TypeScript? All the way at the bottom. So this person has a skills section all the way at the bottom, and skill sections are the kiss of destruction to your resume, right? They have one all the way down here, because remember, actually I don't even know if people can see it. Yeah, you can't even see it. It's all the way down there. A qualification is a keyword, which is what the hiring needs, plus where you did it. The skill sections do not count. How you did it, which skill sections do not show, and the reason or result of you doing it. And I've seen so many people put all their skills in a skills section and then not put them in the actual bullet points, and they fail because of that. Skill sections are garbage. I understand why you want to put them in. It's easy, but it's like, it's a trap. A skills section is one of the biggest resume traps you can ever have, because you put them in there and it makes it so there's no context about how you did the skill, and hiring managers and recruiters go, okay, well, I guess they just put it in there and it doesn't matter, and they reject you. So I need this stuff in these bullet points. And this person's problem is they filled this resume with stuff I do not care about. I don't want any numbers, right? The only time you need to include numbers, not counting your dates of employment and when you graduated and your phone number, is if you're in sales or a manager. Managers and sales need numbers. Everybody else does not. So this stuff is completely irrelevant. So when you're reading this resume, design and deploy to full stack. Okay, cool, but what full stack, huh? Was it TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS? Doesn't matter if you think it's basic, you need it. Using Angular, fine. Docker, I'm really, like, Docker is a nice to have. So I really don't think it's needed there. Kubernetes, again, nice to have. And GitHub Actions actually is something that they would want. Well, I really want Git, but I probably could have put GitHub Actions as well. So Git, actually, yeah, let's put GitHub Actions. Could you keep it? So the only thing you said here that I needed was GitHub Actions. And then we go down here. None of this matters. I don't care. Now your next thought is, Lee, you're so incompetent. X clearly implies Y. Nope, doesn't matter. Recruiters learned early on in our careers that if something implies something and is not on your resume, it is consider that you do not have it. You send enough candidates that seems like they should have that qualification to the manager, and the manager comes back and rightfully yells at the recruiter that, Lee, this person did not have TypeScript. They only had JavaScript. You will be yelled at, and vice versa. So you never send somebody in unless they show directly that they have the skill. Resume rule number 3 is if it's not on your resume, it does not exist, right? And again, it has to be in bullet point format. So none of this matters as well. Like, you gave me so many hot dogs. So I want you to imagine that you are hungry and you're going to get a hamburger, right? You're like, I want a hamburger. You go to the hamburger restaurant, whatever. You go to a restaurant that serves hamburgers on your lunch break, and you're like, I want a cheeseburger with pickles and onions and ketchup. And they go, okay, sure. So they take your order and they bring you back a hot dog with pickles and ketchup and onions. And they go, here's your hamburger. You would look at them like, why are you gaslighting me, bro? I wanted a hamburger. This is a hot dog. And they say, what are you talking about? A hot dog has meat, just like a hamburger. A hot dog has bun, just like a hamburger. A hot dog can have cheese, can have onions, can have mustard, can have ketchup. I gave you what you wanted. You would look at them with disbelief in your eyes and leave that restaurant. And that is the exact problem that you happened here. Is you gave me a lot of stuff that implies you have what you want. You gave me a lot of stuff that is tangentially related and adjacent, but you did not give me this stuff. That is why I need to see TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. Because if you do not, it does not count. Like, look at this. Commerce for anime expired. Built Python, good. Using beautiful soap, no one cares. Pandas, maybe they want pandas. To collect product information, I need more. Shopify, nope, none of this matters. So this is why you need to make sure that if it's not this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how impressive it is. It doesn't matter that if it's easily implied. It matters that you have it. And if you do not have it on your resume, we cannot move you forward. And the recruiter that moves you forward with it not being out of your resume is being a bad recruiter and will get fired for being inefficient. And they will have deserved it if they keep making that mistake. So your resume fails because there's just not enough of this stuff that I need written in full bullet point sentences. Like, again, you have a skill section, but I cannot use a single thing in a skill section. It is a trap. So that is all I can do for this resume. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with your friends and family. It really does help me out. And if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream. That is where I get these keywords from every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I wanted to thank my members who get access to videos a little bit early. The link to that is below. Thank you very much for supporting me. I am a small channel, and your support means so much to me. So thank you very much. And let's go to the next resume to help you get ahead of your job search. This is a Java engineer backend. So what we need for a Java developer is Java, Spring, Spring Boot, Maven. Honestly, if you have Spring instead of Spring Boot, you're probably fine. But it's good to have them both just in case. Maven, STLC, SQL, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, microservices, CI/CD. Actually, I may want to take out microservices. I think I may need to take out microservices. CI/CD, object-oriented programming, OOP, Git, Linux, Unix, Agile, Scrum, Cloud, and architecting or systems, Hibernate, Docker, Kubernetes, Kafka, and rare but is nice to have, JavaScript, React, Angular, Vue, DevOps, and RabbitMQ. MQ. So this person has applied to a terribly amount of resumes. I think it's like 1,000 and not gotten any interviews. They're in my Twitch chat right now. They told me there. So I'm expecting not to find anything I need here. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what I can find. And go. Okay. None of this matters. None of this matters. Where's your education? Education all the way at the bottom. Okay, good. Okay, so this doesn't matter. Self-directed. Nope, don't care. Fraud detection. Kafka is the only thing I care about, but nothing else. And nothing, and nothing, and nothing, and... Okay, that's it. That is time. The timer froze. Yeah, you're not getting anything because nothing here is relevant. Like, you threw it into a skills section and expected that's it when you try to do this other stuff. So, like, I really need people to remember that skill sections don't count. Skill sections do not matter and do not count. You need to make sure you have these actual things. Now, I will say this person is in Canada, and this list should still be accurate enough to get you a job. Is it going to be 100% because the Canadian market is different than the US market? No, but it will be like 99%, 95% effective comparatively. So I need you to go back and like delete all of this. Like nothing here matters, right? I don't need any of this. Nothing here matters. This can be safely deleted. Nothing here matters. This can be safely deleted. And then we get down to your actual bullet points and you tell me nothing. Remember, this doesn't count. You have to tell me in the full bullet points. You cannot do this. So A, the formatting needs to be fixed. But B, these bullet points are useless. Not a single person is asking for any of this. No one cares that you did a self-directed understanding of ML integration while in a business analyst. No one cares about architected end-to-end fraud pipelines, except for the Kafka part. That one is. Like, you're a Java developer, and there's 0 Java in your resume. That is an immediate decline. I don't care. Like, all of this stuff you think is implied, nothing is implied. I need you to break that. When you're looking at a job description, you're like, oh, no, they must need... what did somebody in chat say? I'm gonna roast them real quick. Oh, you're missing unit testing. No, you're not. Unit testing's not relevant. None of this stuff matters. You've sent me almost an entire blank piece of paper. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. There's some salvageable things here because it has NLP and SQL, and LangChain is nice to have, but nothing else. Like, there's no Java. Build AI, yeah, again, nothing matters, 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 none of this matters, none of this matters, none of this matters, none of this matters. This also doesn't matter, nothing matters, nothing matters, nothing matters, except for SQL. There's like 3 things of SQL, which is good. Nothing matters, nothing matters, nothing matters. Did I get the wrong resume? No, I didn't. You've sent me a blank piece of paper. This is why you're struggling is, if it's not this, it does not matter. This is a hamburger. Everything you wrote is a hot dog. This is the most important thing. If it's not here, it doesn't matter. I don't care how you impressed people. I don't care this cool thing that you think, oh, nothing's impressive. We will not be impressed. We do not have the technical acumen or the time to be impressed by literally anything you do. If it's not this, it does not matter. And right now, your entire resume has 0 things that I want. And even considering the Canadian market, which I have gotten people jobs in before, this is still close enough. You cannot be a Java engineer and not have any Java in your resume. You cannot be a Python developer and have 0 Python. And I mean Python specifically, not PyTorch or any of the other things. The managers themselves of startups will reject you. But this is nothing. You have sent me an entirely blank piece of paper with the exception that you know how to do Kafka and a little bit of AI. And that's great, but there is no role that is going to hire you for knowing Kafka and a little bit of AI. There are roles that will hire you if you're a Java developer that has Spring or Spring Boot and Maven, SDLC SQL RESTful APIs, CI/CD, object-oriented programming, Git, Linux, Agile, Cloud, architecting your systems works, Hibernate, Docker, Kubernetes, and some of the others. So this is why you're failing and you're getting 0 interviews, is this resume is completely worthless. And then you also have a bunch of these numbers. Like, no one cares about the numbers. Stop putting numbers in your resume like this. The only number you should have is your dates of employment, your phone number, and your education dates if you need it. Otherwise, you do not need any numbers unless you are in sales or a manager. So, next resume. This is a resume of a business analyst. So a business analyst is different than a data analyst. And what we need for a business analyst is SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Industry, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, Word, Jira, SAP, requirements gathering and documentation, influencing cross-functional stakeholders from IC, influencing people cross-functional from IC to stakeholders and managers, and proactively solving business problems, explaining complex topics to non-technical people, meet multiple deadlines concurrently, Agile, Scrum, and Waterfall. So, 20 seconds on the clock. We do not know how good or bad this resume is. I think they are in the Netherlands, which is... I've gotten people jobs in the UK, the EU, Canada, Mexico, and Africa, and I think Singapore. I have yet to get somebody in the Netherlands. Ow, my chair just hurt me. Okay, what did I do on my chair that I hurt myself? That's weird. All right, so 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Okay, kind of fine. We can tweak it a little bit. Good. Okay. Act as an entity for a financial data management platform, capturing customer requirements in Jira and Confluence. Okay, good. Conducted agile ceremonies and worked closely with product managers. Okay, good. Supervisors for backend. Sharing projects. Okay, mostly good. Utilize Figma and wireframes, offshoring, timings, and development time. I think we need a little bit more. All right, it's not terrible. It's just a little wordy. Also, I don't know why you tried to fit it all into one resume, like one page. Page length doesn't matter. As long as it's in the first half of the first page, we're fine. They're saying, I'm seeing business analyst roles that seem to be a hybrid with product owner. Let's see. Then you may need a separate resume for that if that's the case. If you were seeing this, I think you are in the Netherlands. So I've incorporated your feedback from previous resumes and started applying from this week. I still have a question about the bullet points for influencing others. How is this point? I feel it's too long. Conducted agile ceremonies and worked closely with the product manager to influence prioritization. Yeah, that is way too long. You're overthinking these bullet points. I'd rather you say influenced our product manager to prioritize front end versus back end catalogs, which resulted in an improvement in our customer surveys that was performed in an agile environment. So again, you want to be very basic with these things. You don't want to overdo it. If you overdo it and you try to do like conducted agile ceremonies or work closely with influence, I want the basics, right? You really got to show it as the basics. So is this resume garbage? No, I don't think so, but there's a couple of things we can do to fix it. At least in the US, again, it's possible my thing doesn't fully translate. So this, I don't know if this I can't mention on because this is too Dutch specific. I don't know the visas over there. But you don't need to say status, right? Like this is something that you don't need to put. You can just put highly skilled migrant, blah blah blah, and then Dutch should be there, is fine. Although if you're currently pursuing it, I don't know if you really want to put this. You really only want to put it if you've graduated. The second is, yeah, you may want to keep the bachelor's. The Scrum owner, I actually would probably put this above it. So I think it would, no, this is fine. Okay. You may want to put the Scrum over here, or alternatively what you want to do is remove the second bullet point here. Normally, this is the correct move of keeping both the educations, but it's possible that they will not see the Scrum because they will glaze over it. So unless the mechanical engineer is something that is critical to the job and you think it is something they will need in this market, I would actually remove that. Normally it's not the case, but this is a special case one. Then here, I mean, my big problem here is like I just don't see, where's SQL? There we go. SQL's all the way down there. That's way too long. Where's Tableau? Oh, didn't even type it. Tableau. Nope, don't see Tableau. Well, that's fine. Do you have Power BI? No, I don't see Power BI. Do you have PowerPoint? No. Do you have Outlook? No. Do you have Excel? No. Do you have Word? No. Do you have... Oh, I think Word was there. Where was Word? Nope. Word, no. Where's Jira? No, there it is. Jira's good. SAP, no. So my big problem is you're just missing a lot of this, and these bullet points are very wordy. Like, I don't think there's anything in this bullet point that I actually need, because that's mostly a bunch of hot dogs. And you say it better below, like simplify technical implementation details for non-technical customers and sales teams. Perfect. That's good. Shows you can do that stuff. I really like that. Facilitating feedback sessions. I don't think I really care about feedback sessions. And the rest of this I need. So I need more that is related. Conducted user acceptance, again, not related. So yeah, my big problem is it's just kind of filled with a bunch of stuff I don't need, and you're missing some of the core basic stuff. But it's on the right path. So we're closing in on it. Next, resume. This is a resume of a no. You pick one. You pick one. If your resume, it can do everything, it can do nothing. So we're going to title this entirely Software Engineer Intern. So what we need for a Software Engineer Intern is basic knowledge of tech stack, language, library, SQL, cloud, ability to work well with others, degree, and takes direction and criticism. If I do not find all of those, you will not be able to move forward. Although sometimes if I find 3 out of those, I'll probably be able to move you forward. But if you have all 4, you're going to have a way better chances. So this person has some of them. This is a 1 in 75, so I'm expecting to find about 50% of this list. And maybe the formatting's bad, but otherwise this is a bad resume, but not unsalvageable. So 20 seconds on the clock. And let's find out. All right, and let me go this. Start. All right, degree, good. Don't care about relevant. Incoming intern working. Okay, that's fine. Own the full cycle development. Okay, good. Labeled, don't care. Enabled, don't care. Yep, there we go. Python, actually. Enabled sign, don't care. Achieve speed, don't care. Docker, actual something. Enabled scientist, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Okay, that's time. Is this really a 1 in 75? I am applying for summer internships. I am from Canada, but targeting U.S., have gotten a few hits, just trying to get some perspective on how this looks and what to improve. Pretty sure I should have more intern experience. I'm kind of over the place. I like ML. Yeah, this is not... Okay, so I think this is more of an ML than a... so let me look at the ML intern one real quick, because I think this is an ML intern more so than just a software developer. So, machine learning intern would be... There we go. This stuff right here. So we still need a degree. I still need to see that you take direction criticism, but I do see a little bit more of the actual things that I wanted. The problem is you're focusing so much on all this junk. Claude code, Git is good. Yeah, I mean, you could get so much more than a 1 in 75. Like, you are hurting your chances so much by having this resume be this absolutely incomprehensible. And I've gotten plenty of people internships too. Like, this doesn't need to be a 1 in 75. This could be a 1 in 12, a 1 in 15. So fix your formatting, right? We gotta fix all this stuff. This already looks clearer. And then we go down to here, and I need these bullet points to be relevant. So computer vision model is good. The rest of it isn't. And again, stop with all these 12 percentages. Nobody cares about these numbers. Nobody cares about these numbers. MCP, they might, actually. That's something they might care about. Reduce size, don't care about, don't care about, don't care about. The last sentence here is, this sentence alone actually kind of saves you, because it has at least some of the stuff I want. And then here, nothing, 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 nothing. And then here, I actually see some stuff. Git is good. I need the basics, bro. Like, you could get so much more than a 1 in 75 with this. Looks like you have actually really good experience, but I need to see the basics. I need to see machine learning. I need to see Python, C, C++, SQL, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Cloud, LLMs, AI, generative AI, ChatGPT, and that you can take direction and criticism and work well with others. If you do not show those, you are going to get rejected from a majority of places. If you just wrote your resume in a simple, boring, easy to understand format, which does not have these crazy stinking numbers, you would get so much more. Like, this is what you need to do. I get why you want to show how good you are, but nobody cares. You're an intern. You're not Steve Jobs. You're there to learn, and you need to prove that you have the basic understanding to learn and that you have the ability to take direction and criticism. So, is this the garbage resume destroy everything? Kind of. Some of the bottom sentences are semi-salvageable, but, like, all you need to do is add this stuff, and it'll be so much better. Next, resume. This is a resume of a backend software developer Python. So what we need a backend developer Python is Python, SQL, Docker, Cloud, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, Git, CI/CD, and then, you need to break it into either AI, so like MLs, Agentic, NLPs, LangGraph, MOS, or full stack. So it's usually broken into those two. You need to have either one. But you don't need both, but you do need one of them. All right, so then nice to have is Fast APIs, Flask, and Django, and then rarer is ETL, Java, OAuth, Auth2, MongoDB, and microservices architecture. So 20 seconds on the clock. This has a 1 in 75, so I'm expecting to find some of this stuff, but again, not everything I need. It looks like they have 1 interview per 80 applications, and they are trying to relocate. Okay, so here's what we can do to fix that. So 20 seconds on the clock. And go. All right, content and latency, don't care. AI, I do care. Don't care about this. OpenAI APIs, I do. Don't care about this, but Python, I do. Okay, don't care about this. Exposed to REST API, good. Running the product team, okay, fine. I need more, but overall good. Presented silent in nothing. Nice to have. That's good. Already did that. And there. So, yeah, this is not a garbage delete forever resume. There's definitely things that are salvageable here. So let me show you what you need to do. First off, you need to redo like your formatting a bit. Like, stop with these lines. It should be like this. There we go. None of these lines under this. It just makes it worse. And then we get down to here, and your first sentence needs to be written differently. I don't want to see cut end-to-end latency. You know what? From an AI interview agent, I want you to say, created an AI agent in Python, Fast API, OpenAI APIs that did X and Y. Then exposed a REST API to start interview sessions. I need more, right? Remember, you want minimum 3 to 6 keywords in each bullet point. So this is, while REST API is something I need, the rest of this I don't, and I need a minimum of 3. Then nothing here matters except for PostgreSQL. So this can just be wrapped into another bullet point. And then again, none of this matters except for Docker and AWS. So I need you to go back to the drawing board of some of these bullet points. The second is, if the EU works the same as the US in relocation, never, ever, ever, ever say able to relocate. This is one of the few times that you want to have an actual summary, and don't write summary. Just under here, right, under this part, you need to write moving to X by Y date can move earlier if needed. Because at least in the US, relocating is a giant yellow to red flag. I'm not sure if there's anything in between a yellow and red flag, but that is what it is. So that will help you out a lot, is if you put where you're moving to can move earlier if needed. Then we get down to here, and again, these are not terrible. I don't care about NGINX, but the rest of it I do. It just, remember, I want your keywords to start this way in the sentence, okay? They need to, I don't want to see built a backend across 20 Herzl Linux. That's irrelevant. I want you to say built a backend service using Python, SQL, Docker, with a reverse proxy GitHub Action CI/CD for our Hetzner Linux nodes to monitor them. Remember, these are the important things. They need to go in the first half of the sentence. So the rest of it is not terrible, though. Like, your bullet points are not bad. Like, you definitely have some sentences that don't need to be there. But overall, this is not terrible. This is why you're getting a 1 in 75. In fact, I think if you were not relocating, you would probably get a 1 in 50. It's just the relocation is hurting your chances. So that's why you need to put moving to X by Y date. So fix up and clean up some of these bullet points. Please, 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 please stop putting these random numbers. No one cares about these numbers. No one cares about these numbers. This number is not relevant. This number is not relevant. This number is not relevant. They just want to know the basic, boring details of what you did, which in some of your sentences you did. So, yeah, again, I think if you were not relocating, a 1 in 50. So that is all I can do for this resume, and that is all I can do for this video. I just want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and liking. It really helps me out. Sharing it with your friends and family is a really, really good way for me to get support, and reposting it. It's that simple, and it can help. And if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I want to get another heartfelt thanks to my members for supporting this channel. If you want to become a member, you can join in the link below. You get access to videos a little bit early. And thank you again to my members. Thank you for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. And I'm here to get you all jobs. And I will see you all in the next video.